You know, you can travel most any road in Mississippi any time of the year, and somewhere along that road, you'll find a music festival going on. Now, in our next story, we talk to music historian Dale Rushing about a specific road in Mississippi that's named for a specific kind of music.
Being from Tupelo, you gotta love Elvis. The network of musicians that played at Sun Records and recorded at Sun Records were all kind of connected back to North Mississippi. The Rockabilly Highway runs from I-22 on Gloucester Street in Tupelo north to the Tennessee state line. Tennessee had already adopted Rockabilly Highway, and of course the first thing I thought was, why is McNairy County involved in rockabilly music? But then I began to realize that they had some history, but at the same time I'm like, well, Mississippi's got to have as much history, if not more history. Some of the big names that traveled up and down the highway, I mean, you had, of course, obviously Elvis, and Johnny Cash was in the area quite often. You had Jerry Lee Lewis that was in the area, Carl Perkins. They were traveling down the road, and Johnny Cash actually, from what I understand, suggested that Carl write a song called Blue Suede Shoes, and of course, Amory, Mississippi's got the storyline that was all kind of created there in Amory, but the first time it was ever played publicly, it was played by Carl Perkins in Amory, Mississippi. So that's, to me, a good bit of history right there. The Corinth area up there had the Coliseum Theater there that Elvis played at. One of the things that happened with Elvis is he left his guitar at Borum's drugstore in Corinth, and he had to go back to Borum's and pick the guitar up. You had Vaughn Theater over in Boonville that hosted some concerts. You had the fairgrounds at Tupelo was kind of, I call it ground zero for the artists at that time. In 1970, Sam Phillips and Homer Ray Harris came to Tupelo and set up shop here and built a recording studio. So when they came here with that experience both of Sun Record, High Records, and anticipation of actually creating a whole music scene in Tupelo, and very much like what Muscle Shoals did back in the 70s. They used it for about 4 to 5 years, and they wound up in a lawsuit with Hugh Hefner and Playboy Records. So the studio had kind of laid there dormant, and then I guess people had forgotten that the connection there was with Sam Phillips. I tell people all the time, Memphis and Nashville may have built the stadium, but we provided the players that played there. And this is where they cut their teeth on the performances here, and how they learn how to tweak their performances and become better artists.
Thanks for joining us. If you like what you see, subscribe to Mississippi Public Broadcasting. Till next time, I'll be seeing you on Mississippi Roads.
Down Mississippi.